change can often be scary. You kind of have to, when you want to become a different person, you kind of have to rearrange your beliefs, your values, your morals, whatever that you thought was right in the past to become something very different, right? And a good actually show that symbolizes this is Blue Lock. When this guy, the main character in the show, he wants to reach a specific goal, and his goal is to become the number one soccer player, right? And to become the number one soccer player, he has to change what he is currently into whatever to become whatever is necessary to achieve that goal. So right now, who he is right now can't be the number one soccer player because as he is right now, he's not the number one soccer player. But he has to change himself, whatever that may be, his values, his skills, his morals, whatever it be, to achieve his goal. And oftentimes that's pretty scary, man, to change who you are to become to meet a certain goal, right? And change often means like, what's a good word for it? It's on the tip of my tongue. It's on the tip of my tongue. I'm just kind of forgetting the word. It kind of means destroying who you were previously into becoming something new. And that's scary to a lot of people. Destroying yourself to become something new. And I feel like sometimes subconsciously, I know I do this as well. I'm like, I don't want to change. I want to become the person who I still am, the kid that I was, when I was 10 years old, 15 years old, because that's familiar to me. That's something I know. You know what I mean? But but for whatever goal that we might have, we want to change. We want to do that. We want to for whatever our purpose is, whatever our goal is, we change for that reason, right? Whatever it may be. So for example, let's say you want to become financially free in 5 years, 3 years, right? To achieve that goal, you have to change yourself now and your habits. So let's say, for example, you drink, you smoke, you I don't know, you work a minimum wage job. You're gonna have to change these things, right? And number one thing is to change your habits. You're gonna have to stop smoking. You're gonna have to stop going to the gas station and getting cigarettes. You're gonna have to stop drinking. You know what I mean? On weekends, weekend nights, you better not be seeing you with a cold shot or whatever it may be. You better be learning new skills that that will be able you to make more money in the future, right? So to doing these things, change is very scary and oftentimes hard. That's why a lot of times people have communities where people talk about the hardships that they're going through so they can change, right? And a lot of times, like, that's why you see a lot of parents too, like I see a lot of parents. Some parents are very strict on how they discipline their children, right? And the thing is, they're kind of right, because when you're young, it's very like you're not really changing because you're just new. You're just born into the world, so you can like morph your child into whoever. Like the parent has a responsibility to morph the child and who they want to become, right? So let's say I'm a parent and I have a 2-year-old son. I can like teach him values, morals, responsibilities, whatever it may be, to become a very good person in the future, right? And to him, that's just normal because that's how he grew up, right? But for us, since we're like 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, whatever it may be, it may be harder because, we grew up with these set of beliefs, values, and morals from whatever age it may be. And then now that we've realized that we've grew up with those, we're like, oh man, I gotta make a change, right? I gotta do something different, right? And oftentimes it's scary, man. It's scary to change your friends, change your belief system, your values, to put yourself out there. It's definitely scary, and I definitely feel for you, man. But you just know you're not alone. You can definitely, if you're watching this video, I definitely think you have the ability to do so. You know what I mean? You have the ability to do so. It's just putting yourself in the right situation, putting yourself around like-minded people who want to do better for themselves, who want to change, who, it doesn't matter where they are currently. Like sometimes people want to be with people that are better than them. And oftentimes, like, I used to kind of think like that too. Like, if I'm like broke, let's say I only make like 5K per month or 2K per month, and I want to make 60K per month, the best way to do that is to be around people who make that much. And that is kind of true in a sense, but I feel like sometimes it's better to be people who want to, like, who are constantly trying to, make that 10K, 15K, or growing at the same pace as you, or trying to grow. You know what I mean? So, let's say you have two friends, right, that are who have the same mindset as you, who are trying to change, trying to become, who are trying to reach the same goal as you to make 10K a month or 15K, whatever the goal may be, whatever the financial goal may be. And you guys are a unit. You guys are trying to do that together. And oftentimes, I think that's better than being with people who are already at that goal and surrounding yourself with them, because sometimes they can swallow you up. They can like overwhelm you. You know what I mean? So sometimes I think that is better. And if you're really trying to change, I think the first step is just to analyze understand who are you trying to become? What is your goal? Right? That's the first step, I would say. So, for example, let's say my goal is to be a basketball player. That's my goal. And now that I understand that's my goal, how do I proceed to do that? How do I proceed to become the number one basketball player, or the best basketball player to reach the NBA? The first step is to understand that and to analyze what I'm currently doing right now. So let's say, for example, I don't work out. I don't play basketball at all. I don't do the things that will make me into a better basketball player. I have to change whatever my routine is, my habits, whatever it may be, into a person that will become that, right? And a lot of times that evolves, like, it's a mental game, to be honest with you. It's a mental thing. It's not really you. It's not you, like, doing the physical stuff I feel like is not as hard as the mental aspect of it, right? The mental aspect of it. So I'll definitely recommend for someone who's trying to change is to, always journal about what you're going through, meditate, and do the stuff that you think that do all with the physical, also do the mental work. Right? So as you're, like, let's say you're trying to become an athlete, whatever it may be, do the physical work and also do the mental work. So journal, meditate, reflect on whatever that has happened, because that's a big thing, right? That's a big thing. Especially when you're young too. When you're young, I feel like when you're younger, it's a lot more easier to change when you're 30 to 40 to 50, but it is very possible. I know Gary Vee says it all the time. If you guys watch his videos, he always says, hey man, like, if you 40, you young. If you 50, you young. If you 60, you young. Like, if you 70, you young. I swear to God, like, he be saying you could live until you're 100, 120, 130. He be saying that all the time. All the time. Like, he be saying that all the time. Like, if you watch his videos, he just be saying that. He be saying that stuff all the time, right? If you 70, you still young. You still a baby. You still a baby. Right? So change is definitely possible. It's just depends on how much you're willing to sacrifice, how much are you willing to destroy your old self. This is your old self, and to become someone new, right? To become that new person that you want to become, right? In the process, and during that process, you're like, let's say I think I need to draw this out, because if I draw this out, it'll be a lot more easier to explain, right? Is there like okay, give me 1 second. I think there might be a way for me to share my screen, hopefully. Okay, let's say this is you. This guy is you. Current, forgive me that I'm slow, it's just taking a while. This is the current you. Let's put some smiley faces on this guy. Ooh, that's a crooked smile. Okay, some eyebrows. Here we go. This is the current you, right? And let's say whatever your goal is. Let's say, how do I put a trophy? or like um tro this is gonna be the most messed up trophy. Trophy slash goal. This is where you want to become. This is where you want to go, right? This right here. This is what you want to get to. And this is the current you. This is you with the current beliefs, your mindset, your values, your morals, everything that you believe in, your current skills. This is you right now. And if you want to achieve this goal, if you want to, why did I change the whole thing? Okay, I'll just leave it the same color. If you want to achieve this goal, you have to destroy your current self, destroy this guy to become someone new, to become a current and stronger you. And this person isn't necessarily bad or good, to be honest with you. He's just changed to be able to achieve this goal, whenever that goal is, right? This is the future you that changed. Future you. I don't know. Okay, got that? Future you. And you got to destroy this guy and to become this guy to achieve this goal, whatever that may be. And sometimes this process can be slow. A lot of times I recommend, if you want to, let's say you want to achieve it. Excuse me. Let's say a lot of times you want to achieve a goal and you want to speed run that a little bit. You want to make it a little bit faster. I would say work under mentors, work under people who've done what you want to do. So let's say if you want to be in the NBA, try to find mentors or coaches that have worked with NBA players, people who have worked with or have done what you want to do, right? That's the best way to speed run it and to make the most of to change who you want to become faster. Because if you try to do this by yourself, if you try to change yourself while trying to attain this goal, it's going to be a lot slower than if you had a mentor, it would be a lot quicker, right? So auto draws right here. This is you. This is a road. If you do this by yourself, it will probably take you like 5, 3, 4 years. It's going to take you a lot of years. It's going to take you a long time to change. And depending what your goal is. I don't know what your goal is, but depending your goal, it's going to take you a lot longer than if it would if you had someone with you. Had someone with you, a mentor or someone like that. To help you, right? It's going to be a lot quicker. A lot quicker. So if you want to change who you want to become, no, I would say to find someone who's already done it and learn from them, right? And a good book that talks about this as well is like the 48 Laws of Power. I think the very first lesson they talk about is never outshine the master. And in that rule, it's just basically saying like don't ever outshine the master. Don't do things. Don't try to outsmart him. Don't just try to stay like there's a power hierarchy within. If you have a mentor and you try to stay below that power hierarchy, don't try to overtake him. right? If that makes sense. They talk about that in the 40 Laws of Power, right? Let me see if I could try to find as well, even if you guys ever watch Blue Lock as well. Blue Lock is this anime that talks about change. Like, so literally the main character in the story, he's with a team that, you know, he just lost like the championship for his high school team, and his teammates don't really care, and he wants to change. He goes into this academy to become the number one soccer player, and then he realizes he has to change his beliefs and values and morals. And he's literally, it's like a puzzle, right? See, like his mind is like a puzzle, and then like he, like, as he changes, the puzzle like rearranges. He's like rearranging the puzzle in his brain, and like to change to who he wants to become a better soccer player. It's really cool. That anime kind of symbolizes, I think, change a lot of times. Yeah, so it's a cool one to watch if you're into that stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much what I have for now. Guys, leave a comment down below, like, subscribe, whatever it may be. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.